Let's get more on this with Alan Orr. He's the immigration chairman for the National Bar Association and the former president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. He joins us now from Eagleville in Tennessee. Many thanks for your time today, sir. Your thoughts on this travel ban and how it differs to Trump's last travel ban back in 2017, which was, of course, hugely controversial.
So I think if we're starting at the legal spectrum of is this travel ban going to stand the legal test of which the others failed, this one is a little bit more in line with the 2018 decision from the Supreme Court. So it's detailed. It excludes individuals that are U.S. nationals, and it speaks to national security, which is definitely the purview of the executive branch. So it might survive the legal challenge. The only problem that we have is that one of the reasons that he claimed to put these countries on the list was because of visa overstays. And there are other countries with more visa overstays than the countries that are provided on this list.
There's been some criticism on who is on the list and who is not. Questions over why Egypt, for example, is not on the list, given the alleged Boulder attacker was Egyptian. What did you make of Trump's response when that question was put to him on why Egypt was not on the list?
I think it doesn't really meet the veracity of what the claim was behind, that he's sort of doing national security, because if it was for national security, then Egypt would be on the list in some form or fashion, and they are not. What you do find on the list are African countries and Muslim-based countries, which sort of speaks to the discrimination that this administration has done across the board in immigration, as they plan to close down 8 embassies in Africa already this year. So many of this speaks to sort of the footprint of what type of immigrant is welcome here and who they can sort of feel that they vetted enough to see if they're secure in the country, when in fact, many of the countries that are on the list have almost a 1 in 3.6 million chance of actually causing a threat within the United States based on studies.
Well, some countries, you mentioned African countries, have started to respond to the ban. And Chad's president, we heard earlier, Mohamed Deby, issuing visas to U.S. citizens. How effective is that sort of reciprocal action?
Well, what we found in the tariff world is that it can be pretty effective. The issue that we have right now is the United States is going to be on the global stage, welcoming a lot of global events such as FIFA, the National Soccer Association, along with many places in North America. And the issue is with this travel ban, people from that country, fans cannot come, but only sports players and their families can come. And so this limits some of the economic income that would come to the United States. And it also sort of causes a financial regress for the United States for what could be a very large stage and a very profitable event for many United States companies and industries.
Somalia, another country on the ban list, taking a different response to Chad, making a promise to work with the U.S. to address security issues. What does it take to get off this list? What is it that countries can do?
So I think that becomes the favor of the executive branch and sort of the favor of them, because, as you know, the United States is a very extreme vetting system, and we deny tons of visas a year from many of the places that are on the list because there's just not enough information available about the individuals. So the concept that a country is going to change something overnight that will allow you to really super vet somebody when we already vet them, their fingerprints, their biological information. For many of these individuals who are 25 years old, we know what their work history is. They have a resume before we allow them to come in. So if someone who comes and appears at a U.S. embassy and they have no footprint at all, then we're not going to let those individuals come in. So this concept of saying exactly what it is a moving target, just like in every other arena. And I think that it becomes sort of a bargaining point for this administration to sort of hold some of these countries captive to see exactly what they're willing to give to sort of be removed from this list.
OK, Alan Orr, immigration chairman for the National Bar Association and the former president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.